Hello, I'm Brandon Marias, and this is my final project for English 101. And before I get started, I just wanted to go say thank you to my friend Joey for letting me use his computer. Um, with this, I was able to go and recreate a new video for my final since my old one got corrupted. But to get started, I just wanted to go and say that I loved games ever since I was young. And it wasn't just because it was a great pastime, but it was also because of how or what the games had to offer. They bring you into settings that you can't really experience in real life. Into sci-fi, space fights, or in this example, a war between humanity and the great evil of hell. And this example is shown in the newest installation of Doom, Doom: The Dark Ages, where you get to go and see the gloomy sky, but at the same time seeing the chaotic tones of burning buildings, and also the unsettling, crazed noises that are around you. Uh, but the type of effect that the scenery has is not only just in this part of the game, but it's always been a standard ever since the first installation. And this is and because of these standards is the reason why I say that this game is one of the best first person shooter games, and I and the main reason why we even have good first person shooter games. And back in '93, Doom was just released by ID Software, and the whole game is just you're in this map. All you have is your gun, your guns, your ammo, your health, your shield, and that's all you have to work with. And then with that, you have to navigate throughout the map, find key cards to open up special doors, um, a bit of finding your place around, trying to find platforms to navigate to the end, while also defeating hordes of monsters, undead and demons. And even though this is considered outdated for today's standards, back in '93, uh, these aspects made the game have a huge following, where they created memes, uh, created pictures, and found different ways of playing the game, either being on a calculator, um, or on a pregnancy test, if you can believe it. And that's not the only great thing, but Doom still finds a way to go and keep the players in their franchise by finding multiple ways of having them come back to something new. It isn't a game that just repeats itself, bringing out the same thing over and over. It evolves from what they've done. Though 1 and 2 are very similar, Doom 3, Doom Reboot, Eternal, and Dark Ages even all bring something new to the table. Um, and one of the things that keep calling the people back is the mood it sets with the music. The games that come around, it came around '93, were all just primarily family friendly, making a peaceful and a slightly energetic experience. Though when Doom came out, what followed suit was songs that were composed by Andrei pardon me, Akimovich, which were techno metal styled songs, making it a great background music, and it set the mood for such an engaging, energetic experience. But it doesn't stop just there. Like I said, this game evolves. So over time, it grew to heavier music, turning to the thrash metal, industrial, and the gent. And this shift was primarily known in 2016, when the reboot of the game came out, 12 years after the last installment. Um, it came with many changes, especially since it was being published by Bethesda. They actually hired the guy who was also known of making music for Prey and Wolfenstein: The New Order, Mick Gordon, and his tracks were very aggressive in the way that it made you feel unstoppable. Like adding to this high, this adrenaline high scenery. And music wasn't the only thing that changed over time, but so did the scenery. Um, in Doom 1996, the scenery was just all 64-bit with walls that repeated constantly, with moving platforms and sliding doors. But in 2004, Doom 3 was released with a more modern look with early 3D animations, a whopping 8 years. After that, the game went on a bit of a hiatus, but when it returned back in 2016, when it was published by Bethesda, um, it was a huge upgrade compared to back then. With backgrounds that were very detailed, with animations that were smooth, and overall game that was just easily that easily pulls you in for how it is. Like the only way you could go and really explain is by playing it yourself. And what helped was that the attention to detail still attention to detail still evolved over the years, because of 9 years later in Doom the Dark Ages that came out this year, you could go and see the scenery earlier, how the waves were crashing against the cliff, the gloomy sky setting the tone with a sinister pentaportal that breaks the gloomy sky. And even while playing the mission, you could see a lighting of the fires in the house, the rain, making such a tense situation, or the sadness when the raindrops, not the sadness, but the harshness of the raindrops falling on your helmet's visor. So, and to go and even, and to think that this is the same company that had a character whose face was just as detailed as Steve from Minecraft, it shows how far this game tried to go and hold on to its title of being such a great first-person shooter and the best first-person shooter. Effort was not only limited to the visual aspect, but also in its mechanics. Before, we only had four different ammo types and 6 weapons, but now we also have different ways of handling the hordes. We have more weapons with alternative types to make it more long range, short range, more widespread area or target that one person. We also have little upgrades that make us more maneuverable, which include double jumping, climbing, or dashing. To emphasize how great this franchise really is, it's been given the nickname the Godfather of first-person shooters, especially for its influence over Halo and the Elder Scrolls franchises, but also pioneering the metal music and horror elements, making such a fast-paced, adrenaline high game. So overall, seeing the influence that the game has over the gaming industry by giving great ideas to create other wonderful games, and by also putting in elements never before seen, giving such a new, fresh look with every single release, and having people always excited for the next release. This shows why, even though it's not the most bought game, it's the most important game that was ever released.
Shameless plug.